Welcome to Revision Hub. Today we're going to be looking at the topic social influence, and we're going to be looking at the unit of obedience, AQA AS psychology. So in 1963, Milgram did a study where he wanted to investigate why Germans followed Hitler's order to kill. So there were 40 male participants aged between 20 to 50, and they had jobs from unskilled professional and recruited via adverts newspapers, which meant that they were paid for participating in the study. They were told that the study was about memory. Once they were in the lab, a rigged draw was used so that the Confederate, Mr. Wallace, was always the learner and the participant was always the teacher. An experimenter, who was always a Confederate, always wore a grey lab coat. The learner was strapped to a chair in another room and wired with electrodes. The teacher gave the learner electric shocks that increased in intensity, so they started from 15 volts and went up until 450 volts. Each time the learner made an error on the learning task. The learning task was where word pairs had to be learned. The teachers did not know that the shocks were not real. At 300 volts, the learner pounded the wall and did not give an answer to the next question. After 315 volts, once again the learner pounded on the wall and there was no response. When the teacher asked the experimenter for guidance, the experimenter always said, "An absence of a response should be treated as a wrong answer." If the teacher was still hesitant on continuing, the experimenter used 4 prods that were repeated if needed. The first one being "please continue" or "please go on." The second one being "the experiment requires that you continue." The third one is "it is absolutely essential that you continue." The fourth one is "you have no other choice, you must go on." It was found that no participant stopped before 300 volts, 12.5% stopped at 300 volts, 65% continued until 450 volts. The qualitative data collected stated that the participants showed signs of extreme tension. For example, they sweated, trembled, groaned. At the end of the studies, the study participants went through a debrief, and it was assured that their behavior was normal. A follow-up questionnaire was sent to the participants, and 84% were glad that they had taken part. Evaluation. A strength of this study is that it has a good external validity because the lab setting showed what obedience to authority looks like in real life, increasing mundane realism. Another strength is that there is research support because the French reality TV show replicated this study and found that 80% of the participants went until 450 volts and behaved in the same way as participants did in Milgram's study. For example, they showed signs of anxiety. This increases reliability of Milgram's study. However, a weakness is that the study is prone to gender bias because only 40 male participants were used, which is representative of females, reducing the generalizability of the findings to females. Another weakness is that there are ethical issues because the participants were deceived about the aims of the study and that the electric shocks were real, which caused psychological distress. Deceiving participants is against the ethical guidelines. Nevertheless, a debrief was given at the end, but psychological distress may still have occurred. In our next video, we will look at obedience and we'll look at situational variables. But before then, make sure you make your notes on what we've covered so far. Remember to revise, rest, test, and repeat yourself. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Thank you to Canva because I made these slides using their templates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, press the bell icon on our channel, Revision Hub. Thank you so much.